Today we're going to be talking about how to be a deliberate creator. So I'm going to give you 5 steps for deliberately creating your life in partnership with the universe so that you can make the most of working with the universe to get the results that you want. So the first step is you want to be creating things that are deeply meaningful to you. And you'd think that sounds like an obvious thing, but here's the point. There's lots of things you want to create in your life, and you want to be emotionally connected to the things that you're creating. Sometimes people say, well, I want more time, I'm creating more time, or I want more money, that's what I'm creating more money, I'm creating the abundance that I want, or I want a new job. It's really, really common things that people say that they want, but those are not the things you want. Those are the stepping stones to get the thing you want, okay? So the reason it's really important, and I'll step you through those particular examples, is because those things usually don't really connect at a deep, meaningful level to you. They don't usually generate the type of emotional resonance that you want and need. For example, the reason you want more time is so that you can be free to do things that are important and meaningful to you. The reason you want more money is because of what you think money is going to buy you, which will be some kind of experience, which generates some kind of feeling. If you want a new job, it's not really the job you want, it's to feel more purposeful. Or it's to have whatever kind of experience, or to meet whatever kind of people, or do whatever kind of tasks that light you up. And so you want to go a step further than the functional thing you want and really find the thing it is at the end result that is meaningful and emotionally resonant. The reason you want to do that is because when you are emotionally invested and you're really connected to what you want and it's meaningful, here's what happens. Your vibration goes through the roof. You resonate and vibrate on a daily basis with such power and positivity and excitement and inspiration for that thing because you're connected to it at that deep level, and that is what the universe listens to. The universe ain't listening to what you say you want, it's listening to the vibe that you're putting out, which is usually the most easiest way to know what vibe you're putting out is by how you feel. Okay, so you want to be in that high vibe feeling state, then just get deeply connected emotionally to the thing you want, and it's got to be something that's meaningful to you. Okay, the second step for being a deliberate creator is to, when you go about creating the thing that you want, you got to do it for the passion and the joy of it. You just got to do it for you. You want to be realizing in your creative process whether you're doing it for any other negative reasons, any other subconscious drivers that might be going on. For example, needing to prove yourself to yourself or other people, needing to meet expectations, wanting to get recognition or validation from other people, the world around you. Any of those things are going to bring a dampener to your vibe, basically, okay? Another really common reason that people go about creating something that they really want and they don't realize it's not a very high vibe motivator is that they're doing something in order to fill a void within. So they're missing something, they feel incomplete, they feel like if they can get this thing, then they'll feel complete. The problem with that is, if that's driving you, is that there's a part of you that knows if you don't get that result, then it's a big threat to you and there's a big problem because you're going to feel the continued void or the continued not enoughness within yourself or in your life. And so it's kind of like this pressure on you to create, and you don't need that handbraking your deliberate creation process. It's not helping your vibe when you've got that kind of stuff going on. So what you want to do is just understand if you've got any of that stuff going on in your subconscious mind, start to clear it away and address it, become the master of your mind, and go about creating just for the fun of it, just for the joy of it, and staying in that high vibe state. Okay, the third step for being a deliberate creator and for particularly partnering with the universe to create the results you want is that you want to focus on what you want, and you want to know that the universe's job is how it's going to happen. Your job is what, universe's job is how. Here's what people do. They focus on what they want and then they get all caught up like a little kitten with its claws out in a ball of wool trying to figure out how to create the outcome. Now, from your narrow viewpoint, your little mind in this giant universe, you can't see all the ways that this could come about. How are you meant to know the most expedient, magical ways that you could go about creating this outcome? And the answer is you can't. You can only see the initial steps forward, so the first few things you need to do and the bigger picture, the vision. But you don't necessarily need to know how to get from here where you are all the way to where you want to be. You only need to know that first step, those first few steps, and then you need to trust that the universe has got your back. It knows all the paths available to you and how to reach you and how to send you guidance and how to help you with synchronicities and divine timing and divine order and all those things. So you need to focus on what and let the universe do its job of focusing on how, okay? And then trust that that is true. Trust in that process. When you put your focus on what you want, the universe starts to respond. If you're in that high vibe state and you're holding your vision, the universe knows to bring to you guidance, to bring to you the answers to help you step forward. And the fourth step for being a deliberate creator and partnering with the universe is once you have gone through those first 3 steps, you now need to take what I call the obvious next action. Wherever you stand with what you want, you're emotionally connected to it, it's high vibe state, you're focusing on the what, there is at least one step that you know you need to take. Doesn't matter who you are and what your goal is, there is always one obvious next step. One practical thing that you could do right now, even if it's only tiny, just to take some action and step forward. The reason it's important to do that is because you have to participate in your life, you have to be in action. The universe doesn't just serve it up on a platter, the universe meets you halfway, which means you have to start getting in action. Now, again, you don't have to know all the actions, you just take the action that you know how to take, and then the universe will help you by starting to unfold and make clear the next steps. It's really amazing. It's been true for me on my own journey and for everyone else I know that once you start taking 1 or 2 actions, it actually does become clear quite quickly what to do next. But if you just stand still, nothing ever becomes clear. You've got stagnant energy, you've got lack of clarity. So I want you to think about what is the one next obvious step that you need to take for whatever it is that you want to create, and then you've got to get in action, and today is the day. There's never a better time to start than now. And then the final step for being a deliberate creator is this. Once you've taken your obvious next action, you need to pay attention for how the universe is guiding you. If the universe is going to serve you up signs and guidance and show you how and show you the way, give you right time, right people, right opportunities, synchronicities, they're going to be subtle. Usually they don't come and knock you on the head. They'll be typically things in your daily life, but if you've got blinkers on, you're lost in your mind, just having all of your thoughts and not paying attention, or you're in frustration or impatience or whatever it is, you will miss the guidance. So you want to pay attention, be present, be calm, be mindful, notice what the universe is guiding you with, and then follow the signs. Not just notice them, act on them. When you start to see the way forward, you take again the next obvious action. And then the universe responds, and you take another obvious action, and then the universe responds, and that is called co-creation. So those are my 5 steps for being a deliberate creator, working with the universe to get the results and the life that you want.